Live only on DAZN. The Ring 6. Teofimo Lopez, the Brooklyn-born king of 140, looks to retain his world title as Shakur Stevenson steps up to become a 4-division world champion. Lopez versus Stevenson, January 31st. Click the link in the description to buy now.
Andrew McCart, IFLTV, delighted as always to be joined by Mr. Frank Smith. Frank, I saw your Instagram story this morning. You started to write new, scored out your... Yeah, you're happy to be here.
It was creative,
yeah, it was
wasn't
creative for you anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, you are a creative guy.
What do you mean for me?
Well, I'm going to say your fashion sense is very creative, I must admit.
Thanks,
because you're in Newcastle and you're wearing some very, very thin clothing.
No, this is very warm.
Was it?
I'll lend it to you. You can wear it tomorrow. I'll give your club a go.
No, your club is way better than my club, but that's a fact. But we're here in Newcastle, Josh Kelly versus Murtazaliev. I'll tell you what though, if I wasn't already excited about this fight, I am a little bit excited. More excited, should I say, after that face-off. I mean, that man is scary, Bakram. He is a very, very scary looking man, and he didn't want to look away from Josh.
Neither of them did.
But Josh even gave the guy a little shove as well. So, yeah, just talk to me about how excited you are for this fight as well.
Yeah, look, I can't wait. It's a proper fight. It's a proper fight. You know, two fighters. I think Josh Kelly's in the position of his career where he deserves this opportunity, and he's the most mature he's ever been, and this is his best chance to win in a fight like this. But Murtazaliev, no one wants to fight him. You know, no one wants to come anywhere near this guy. Josh Kelly believes he can beat him, as does Adam Booth. If he beats him on Saturday night, it sets up, you know, it changes Josh Kelly's life. But you saw up there on the face-off, Josh believes in himself. Neither of those two guys wanted to look away. Sometimes in those face-offs you see a fighter and you think, I'm not sure they really want it. But you had two guys up there that truly believe in it, and they know what's coming on Saturday night.
This could be match from second world champion, as you've already said on numerous occasions, in 31 days or whatever it may be.
Could be three
Ammo Williams
after
as well,
this
yes.
as well.
I'm
with
probably
Ammo
more
Williams.
thinking UK, but Ammo Williams as well going up against Adames. But Josh Kelly, I mean, the similarities between the Dalton Smith and Mateus. Mateus is a very come forward, aggressive fighter, similar to Murtazaliev. Who do you think's got the tougher? Looking at the fights when they were made in December, who had the tougher opponent?
I think they're both similar because they're both the bogeymen in the division that no one wanted to fight. You know, they're both fights that people were looking at going, oh, leave that one. There's an easier route than that to win a world title. You know, but each fight has its own merits, you know. And I think, just like you heard Josh saying in there, he wants him to come forward. He wants Bakram to come forward and
it was my interview that he said, he put his finger on his chin and he said, Bakram, come and try and knock me out. Hit me right there. So either he's confident or he's deluded, but I think he's confident.
Yeah, but look, it's a bit like Dalton Smith said when someone said you took a lot of punch, or he said took a lot of punch. It's like getting in the shower and not getting wet.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the game we're in, and you have to play the game plan. And look, he's got Adam Booth in his corner, who's a tremendous trainer, who's trained 3 world champions, as we've seen with the stars on his jacket, and he'll have to spend a lot of money getting new jackets after this.
New logo.
But you need that confidence. Otherwise, he wouldn't be in this position he's in now, and he wouldn't be taking this fight if he didn't have that confidence. But it's a real test, and the kind of fights we want to see and we want to make more of, and I'm delighted that we could deliver it here in Newcastle.
You spoke about confidence there. How confident are you looking at both fighters? I know you have to go with your man Josh Kelly, but are you confident Josh gets the job done on Saturday night?
Yes, Josh Kelly becomes a world champion on Saturday night. It's not going to be an easy night's work. But I believe, I've known Josh, as I said up there, I've known Josh 11 years. You know, even prior to his Olympic days, I got to meet him, I think the year before that. And, you know, obviously we had a period of time in between where we weren't together. But I've always got on with Josh. I've always loved Josh as a person. And I feel he's always had so much talent. But now is the time we're actually going to see the best of him, because from a mind perspective, he's matured a bit later maybe. You know, and you have to give him credit for taking tests like the Avanesyan fight. I've said in so many interviews, it's a fickle sport. He gets beat by someone in a real fight, everyone goes, oh, finished. It's like, well, what do you want? You want easy fights? That every fight a week? Like, what do you want? You know? But I think when you look at him now, he's the most confident he's ever been. He's ready to go. He knows what's in front of him. But I believe on Saturday night, Josh Kelly becomes the second British world champion just in January.
It's just in January alone. Like Buncey said, that having 2 world champions in a year is probably a good year. But having it in the first month of the year is tremendous. Now let's go to New York. Well, we'll talk about the rest of the card at the tail end of this interview, but I do want to go straight to New York. Shakur Stevenson against Teofimo Lopez. A double header live on DAZN. I mean, like, we know it's cold here in the northeast, but it's like -11 and snowing in New York. So Eddie's got the short straw here. But yeah, that fight itself, what a cracker that is.
I've got to be honest, I've never been so cold in my life. New York. I think it was -15 when I left. So it's good to be in Newcastle. It's a normal temperature. You can walk around without a big jacket on. But yeah, what a show there. Madison Square Garden in the big room. We don't see it too often in the big room. It's going to be sold out come round Saturday night. Shakur Stevenson looks to become a 4-weight world champion, which is just amazing to think of what he's done already in his career. But Teofimo Lopez is a real test in front of him. An entertaining fighter both inside and outside the ring. You know, the press conference kicks off very shortly. I'm sure there's going to be some fun and games in that over there. And then what an undercard as well. You know, Keyshawn Davis, a special fighter, is back out on that card. You've got, obviously, Carlos Adames takes on Amo Williams. Amo Williams becomes a world champion on Saturday night. Do not miss it. It's his time. WBC champion of the world.
You're confident with your fighters. You're a confident man when it comes to matches. You have to be confident.
You have to be. Look, you know, we had Andy Cruz last week. We believed Andy Cruz would win. It was a great fight. You're not always going to get the win. That's the reality of it. But we want to see great fights. We want to see our fighters in real tests, and that's what we've seen back to back throughout this month. You look at all the world title fights our fighters are in. They're real fights. But yeah, New York's going to be sensational. What a night of boxing, live on the home of boxing, DAZN.
Well, the home of boxing, DAZN, is broadcasting the Boxer Show down in London Saturday night as well. I mean, they're still broadcasting on BBC Two, I believe, as well. So what's the logistics of that? How does that pan out? I mean, you're on the same time. Have they got different main event times than you? How is that panning out? What's the schedule going to be like, I suppose?
I'm not too sure. But look, it's good to see. You know, DAZN is the home of boxing. 10, 15 fight nights or combat sport events a week, it seems to be. It's non-stop on there, and that's why we joined DAZN, you know, exclusively just under 5 years ago now. And we've had a great journey, and we believe in the future of DAZN and where it's going to go to. It's great to see, you know, look, DAZN are giving opportunities to all sorts of promoters and, you know, small hall promoters as well, and that's what they continue to do. So it's great to see, and I'm excited about the future.
You excited to be going up against Boxer? I mean, matchroom Boxer. You've got that rivalry. You talk about wins and losses with fighters and world titles. I mean,
it's no disrespect, but they're not a competitor of ours. They've done 3 shows in 9 months. We've done 40 shows in 12 months with world title fights. You know, but I don't look at them as that. You know, whether you agree or disagree, you don't have to agree or disagree. But like, we're in our own lane. You know, there's much bigger players, obviously the likes of Zuffa, TKO, and that's where we look at ourselves as a business. We're the only global promoter in boxing, and it's good times for the sport.
Frank, I don't know if you can read my mind, but I was going to go on to Zuffa next and do a segue, but
that's why I did it for you.
You're so good at your job. Zuffa Boxing, then their first card. Eddie was pretty critical on the Ariel Helwani show about it. He says if you're going to do a first show, you're going to have to bring out the lights and the glamour and stuff like that. I want to get your thoughts. Do you echo what Eddie said?
Yeah, look, I don't think anyone would sit there and go, "Oh, it was unbelievable," but I don't think that's the finished product. You know, you can't be naive to think that's what they're going to do. They're tremendous business people. They do amazing things. You know, I've said a few times, a $40 billion market cap company. You know, that deliver multiple events day in, day out across WWE, UFC, professional bull riding, power slap. This isn't just the geezers down the road setting up shop and becoming boxing promoters. You know, these are serious operators, of course, and I'm sure they've got big plans. And this isn't a short-term vision. There's a lot of people that come into boxing with short-term money, short-term vision, that, you know, want to be involved in the sport because it's cool and sexy. These are people that are going to be in for the long run, and I'm excited about, you know, having a competitor like that.
Well, because that's your sort of thing. Your thing is the show, is the production, is everything that goes other than the fights. You create the magic, so to speak. I don't know if that's lack of a better word there, but you create all this. And if Zuffa are going to compete with you, it means that there's more on you, emphasis on you to perform, so to speak. Are you ready for that?
I love it. I love performing. You know, look, I've never
You're
been...
not a performing seal like Eddie, but...
No, I'm not, but he is the performing seal in visual form, and I'm the performing seal in the background form.
Actual work.
Look, I've never been driven by competitors in order to work my bollocks off, if that makes sense. I look at everything we do and say, is that good enough? And that is to every detail of everything we do, every day of the week. I never sit back and go, oh, yeah, we're all right. No one comes close to us. You know, I'm our own biggest critic, just like Eddie is. So competition is great, but we're driven, I think, by our own minds of being the best at what we do. And we've never needed competition in order to do that. It's just about looking at it.
Got it now, though.
Yeah, we got it. But great, happy days, even more of an incentive. But like I say, it's never been about, oh, got to do something. They've done this, so let's do this. It's about how can we create the best possible product, you you know, and that's for us to view and keep improving on, not looking at other people.
I do want to go talk about the big man. Tyson Fury is back against Arslan Bekmambetov. I want to get your thoughts on that fight, but was Dave Allen 4 or 5 rounds away from getting that Tyson Fury fight?
It's a wild sport we're in, isn't it? You know, it's a wild sport we're in, but it's going to be a big build-up, of course. You know, you got 2 big men, what, 5'6", 6'6",
5'6", that's mine and your height.
Not like me. 6'6", 6'7", going in against each other. Tyson, he's always entertaining. Like, that's why people love him. But it's heavyweight boxing. Anything can happen. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be a big night and another great event. We're sport right now with boxing.
Netflix as well. I mean, I thought to myself, Netflix, I mean, they've done the Jake Paul fights, they've done the mega fight with Canelo Crawford. I thought that might have been their lane, just getting the big fights and maybe, you want to call it the circus fights, influencer fights, whatever it may be. But it seems like this is a huge fight, Tyson Fury's return, but it seems like they're making a play in boxing now. Again, another competitor with the zone.
Yeah, but look, times evolve, and you say like new competitors, Netflix in the market, but it wasn't long ago Showtime, HBO were in the market. They've now left. It wasn't long ago Sky Sports were in the market, and you know, right now don't have plans or haven't announced anything. So you know, times evolve, and people that you mentioned now have been replaced by, you know, have replaced other people. And any investment in the sport of boxing is good. Any, you know, big nights happening is good for everyone involved.
You're not a performance seal.
No, I'm not.
But I'll do this for you. I'll try and put you on the spot because Eddie is good at rattling down the whole card and as to why people should subscribe and tune into the zone on Saturday night. So
watch Eddie Hearn's interview and you can see him be a performing seal. Otherwise, you can watch me and I'll do it in a very monotone base level. And if you get bored, you can switch over and search Eddie Hearn reviews card on IFL.
I might just cut Eddie Hearn into
this. You just put that into the side by side.
Yeah, I'll just cut Eddie Hearn and don't worry about it. I'll just cut Eddie Hearn. Now, why should they tune into the zone on Saturday night?
Because it's an unbelievable night in boxing. Josh Kelly goes on to become a world champion, a dream of his for a lifetime against Bakram Murtazaliev, someone who's going in there to really take his head off, let's be honest. Elif Turham, not just one of the most entertaining female boxers, one of the most entertaining boxers right now in the sport, is back out. Josh Padley looks to become European champion. Leo Atang, future superstar of the sport, follow that journey from day one, or you know, fight for. And then we go across to New York for one of the biggest nights in boxing, and like I say, we're just in January. Shakur Stevenson looks to become a 4-weight champion of the world. Ammo Williams becomes a world champion. So many other stars on the card. Do not miss it. Live on the home of boxing, the zone. And if that was boring, Eddie does a much better version. Thanks very much.
And here it is here. Thanks,
yeah.
Thanks, Frank.
Cheers.
Thank you, man. See you in the next one. Thank you.
Live only on the zone, the Ring 6. Teofimo Lopez, the Brooklyn-born king of 140, looks to retain his world title as Shakur Stevenson steps up to become a 4-division world champion. Lopez versus Stevenson, January 31st. Click the link in the description to buy now.